Hey everyone, Versity here. Thanks for checking out this YouTube channel.
So I've now found myself on this next hole, not massively long again, but by God, there's a lot of hazards in the way on this one. So you see very quickly from here, there's a big thin tree straight to my left, which is 50 to 60 yards away. I've actually got to go between that and the trees on the right. There's a great big tree up in the distance as we go from here. So this is probably just over 300 yards, I would say, this hole, but all the danger is on this tee shot. So again, it'd be so easy to go, oh, it's only 300 yards, I'll pull my driver out, but there's just nowhere to hit a driver on this hole unless you can hit it absolutely dead straight 200 yards and no more or no less. So what I've done now is I want to take the canopy of the trees in the distance on the right, which are about 100 yards away. I want to try and take those out of the equation and go underneath them. So what I've done now is I've chosen a 5-iron, and I'm going to try and hit this one low. If it goes 100 yards or a little bit more, I'm going to be all right with that one because I'm going to be in play and I'm past this first bit of trouble. Because don't forget, we're playing it from the green backwards again, so 2 putts, 3 shots to get us there. It's only 300 yards, so let's take 3. If we've got 3, let's take 3. Just like Tiger did on the last hole at the Masters. Genius play, by the way. Okay, so there are some people up on the right, but hopefully I won't go near those. So I'm going to use my 5-iron. I'm not going to do a full out swing. So if I don't do it at full speed, my ball doesn't spin as much, so it won't climb quite as high. So I'm just going to try and put a very smooth swing on this with a 5-iron. So that was a little bit close to the tree, but it's absolutely fine now. It kicked off a little bank on the left, back onto the edge of the fairway. So let's go and see what we've got left. So I've now found myself right on the very edge of the fairway. I've got about 115, 120 to go, but I'm on quite a severe downslope from here. There's a huge canopy straight in front of me, and to clear that from here, I'd need to hit it 80 yards high within 40 yards. So I think that shot from here is a ridiculous one to try and attempt. And don't forget, all I'm trying to do from here is get the ball on. I've got 2 shots to get it onto the green before I make my 2 putts. So what I'm going to do now, there's trouble left, there's trouble right. I'm going to try and take those trees out of the equation. And what I've done here is I've got a rescue club. So we haven't got a great deal of loft on this one, but what I like about this is we've got length in the shaft for the down to compensate for the downhill bit. But what I'm not going to do is hit it full out. I'm almost going to play like a long chip shot with this one, because if I can get this ball to run out by 80 yards, that's all I need, then my next shot onto the green should be a lot easier. So I'm not trying to hit the green, I'm just trying to play a running shot up the fairway that puts me in the position for the next one. So I've got my little rescue club here, nice and easy. Well, would you believe that? That's come out just a few yards short of the green. I wasn't trying to hit that very hard because obviously if I did it would go way too far, but it's a really smooth shot and the ball's just run out perfectly. So sometimes in this situation, trying to hit that miracle shot with a wedge or an iron or a sand iron, actually you don't need that. Play something that makes the ball roll out. So let's go and finish this hole off. So this is where my ball has just finished. Probably about 6 strides from the edge of the green. Grass is cut really nice, no real issues with just trying to get this on. So the whole point of this shot, let's get this on the green that makes 2-putt really easy. So again, very tempting to pull out a pitching wedge and try and chip this one onto there, but I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. So what I've done now is I've chosen that same rescue club as I've just played the last shot with. I'm just going to make a little putting stroke and roll this up towards the flag. So I'm not trying to chip the ball, I'm just going to let it roll. With this club you get guaranteed roll, so I'm just making my putting setup, nice smooth stroke. And that ball there has just run out to about a foot again. So what's nice about this approach, and you'll have to try it to experience it, but because I'm not putting any pressure on myself on any of the shots, I feel it just feels quite easy to achieve. It feels like anybody, if anybody can hit the golf ball 100 yards, maybe 150 yards, you could definitely play to an 18 handicap if you're relatively consistent with that one. So I've just made that as simple as possible. I've rolled it out to a foot. I'm just going to finish this off. So this will be a nice par 4 again for me. I just had to come and play this hole. This is actually the 9th hole here at Ardencote. It's 138 yards long, and we can clearly see that we've got a nice water hazard in front of us. Now if you've never played this hole before, it looks like the water hazard goes on 138 yards. It looks like it finishes in front of the green, but actually it's false because there's a great big dip down and then there's a rise up to the green. So if we could hit this golf ball just over 90 yards, we'll easily clear the hazard from here. So what I've done now is I've definitely made sure I've teed the golf ball up. I'm not going to hit it off a bare mat. I'm going to pop it on a little tee to give me the best advantage. So easy from here to let the water get into your head. But if you could hit a golf ball 90 yards, you can clear this water pretty much in any direction. So do we need to try and get this golf ball on the green in one shot? Well, no we don't, because we're playing this at bogey golf, so we can hit it over the water, chip it onto the green and still make our 2 putts again. So what I've done here is I've got a 9-iron that will easily get me over 90 yards. There's a few bunkers actually on this green. There's one right, there's one left, and there's actually one over the back, which you don't get too often. So I'm just going to play a 9-iron now. I'm not going to try and force it to try and whip it over there as far as possible. I'm just going to make a sensible swing that I know will get the golf ball over the water. So that's easily got over the water. That should leave me about 20 to 25 yards from the green. I've probably got a bunker to go over, which should be interesting. But I've got the hardest bit out of the way now. I've got over the mental water hazards, because if you can hit it 90 yards, you can get over it. So there's no real issue with trying to hit it too far to get it over this water. Let's go and find the next one and see how we play that one. So this is where I found my ball after the tee shot. So it's come up just short of the bunker, and a shot that quite a few people fear from here because they're normally quite fearful of playing shots out of the bunker, but not necessarily a difficult golf shot again. We've got the right club. If I just stand on this, there's plenty of loft to lift this club over the bunker. So I've chosen a sand wedge here. I'm trying to hit the golf ball probably about 10 strides, that's all. So I'm going to try and land this up onto the green and just let it roll towards a target. So just remembering the principles of the way that we like to do this. So don't angle your shaft forward because you're going to start to de-loft the golf club again. It's taking loft off. Let's use the loft that was built on it in the first place. So remember, your golf club was built nice and straight, it wasn't built with an angle. So we've got the correct loft on the club. So I'm going to set up with my club very level. I'm not going to shove the handle forward. And then remember, the key point on these shots is to follow through. So that little turn and weight shift, and all I'm really doing is moving the loft of the club underneath the golf ball. I've just got to do it at enough speed to carry it my 8 to 10 strides. The green actually kicks a little bit from my right to left, so I'm going to play a little bit to the right to allow for that kick. Let's play this shot. So again, my sole purpose of this one, let's get this on the green. That's the whole thing. I'm not trying to do anything remarkable from here. So I've actually chosen now to use my putting grip again. So I've got my what's called reverse overlap. It just feels comfortable in this situation. Just back, and you can see how my weight is going forwards. Let's play this one. So that landed fractionally short of the green, like about 6 inches. Had a funny little kicked a bit right, but I'm on the green, probably about 8 feet away. So I've now got a possible chance of making a 3, but I don't need to make it because 4 is good enough from here. So all I'm going to do with the putt, let's put it as close as I can. Let's walk off this potentially dangerous hole with a very, very easy 4.
Thanks for watching this video. If you have any comments or suggestions, let me know in the comments section below. And please, click on the thumbs up icon if you liked this video. Subscribing to this YouTube channel and sharing the video also helps. And don't forget to click on the notification button for this channel so you won't miss the next First 2T video.